Okay, we're just gonna go ahead and get started. Oh, Counselor Allen is here, so we have a quorum. Hi, Counselor.
Two
All
for
right.
two. Do we have a third? Do we have a third member?
Yeah, Counselor Davila,
All right.
a third member. So we have a quorum
You forget Ellen that quickly, did you, Councilor Ellen?
here.
There you are. Now we're unanimous now.
We are unanimous. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. We're gonna call this meeting to order, this Finance Committee meeting for the City Council. And so, Tim, do we have to do anything special to call it to order? I don't need a motion or anything, right? Just get going.
No, you just call it to order.
All
on
right.
your own.
All right. Okay. So the first item on the agenda is health services for the homeless grant, $2,341,441. Commissioner, I see you are. Hi, Commissioner.
Hi, thank you, counselors. I'm very happy to be here. This is the annual allocation that we get through the Health Resources Services Administration, HRSA, at the federal level. It is our health center grant. It funds our clinical services, our dental services, case management, outreach, and behavioral health, as well as our administrative portions of the health center.
Thank you, Commissioner. This is a common grant. Used to seeing it. Glad to keep seeing it.
Me too. Thank you.
We definitely need it. But does any counselors have any questions regarding this grant?
I just have one question. What is the source of the money?
HRSA, Health Services Resources Administration. It is a federal agency that is in Washington, D.C. And so we have had this grant, counselor, since 1988. It has increased, but it is a federal grant.
All right, that's what I want to know. Okay, great. Thank you.
Thank you, Counselor. Any other questions? Seeing none, we will move on. Thank you, Commissioner.
Thank you.
Definitely appreciate it. We'll move on to our next item on the agenda. It's a DPW pre-disaster mitigation grant for Tiffany Street. It is $284,366.02. And we have Director, you're the director?
Yes, I am. I am.
That's
So
the title.
far,
All right, we have Director Chris Signoli here to go over that.
we made an application to MEMA and FEMA back in 2017 on this. On Tiffany Street, there's a culvert near Bremen Street where we've had some significant erosion issues. It was denied a few years back. We reapplied a few years ago and were notified a few weeks back that we were awarded the project. It's a 25-75 match. The city has 94,000. And we're receiving 284 from MEMA. However, the person I need to thank is Mel. Thank you for everything you did. The two of us put a lot of stuff together, so she was great about putting that together and bird dogging it through MEMA and FEMA.
She rocks those grants, man. I love Melanie. Those grants. I'm telling you, she got all the information, all the detail. It's always spelled out, easy to get. So I appreciate both of you guys for getting this disaster mitigation money. But Melanie or Lindsay, where is the 94,000 coming from?
It's been earmarked in our PAYGO account.
Oh, PAYGO. Okay, perfect. Perfect. Any other questions from the council?
One question for me, and that is, how's our PAYGO account looking after that, with 3 months to go?
I don't have the numbers in front of me, Councilor Allen, but I mean, we're not at zero right now. I know that. I just don't know the number to give you right now.
All right. Well, when you can, just let us know. So
I will. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Some other PAYGO projects out here. Thank you, Counselor. Any other questions?
Yes, Madam Chair, a quick question. Chris, you say that we use money from, or this is to offset money that we use for what project again?
Sorry, I didn't understand you, Victor.
Yeah, you mentioned that this money was to offset an expenditure that we had with something.
Oh, no, it's a 25% city match on the project. So the city has to contribute the 94,000.
4,000. No, but you mentioned that we had some erosion or something. I didn't.
Oh,
quite
no,
get that.
it's the project itself on Tiffany Street. There's a culvert where we've had some significant erosion and we've had to do some stopgap measures to fix it out there. And so we've been waiting for this grant. I think we actually submitted it the first time, mid 2018?
Yeah, either 17, I think was the first time, and then the next one.
First time, yeah. So we've been waiting for 4 years for this.
Yeah.
To be able to do the full repair right on Tiffany Street.
I understand that, but what I guess what I'm getting confused is when you say erosion, are you saying the erosion of the street? Because I know we
Yeah.
had one last year for
Right.
emergency repair. Is that the same issue that we're talking about?
It's the exact same location. And what had happened is that when we had a severe storm, I think it was in August of 2019.
Mhm.
We then had to go through, get some money, do some emergency repairs, which we did out there, and then make it part of our application to MEMA and FEMA that we did some work. So I'm going to say most of it, probably 90% of the work that we did a few years ago is going to stay. So there's really not an issue. We're not overlapping a lot of the project.
All right, thank you, Chris.
Thank you. Any other questions from council?
I'm all set.
All right, thank you. We will move on to our final order on the agenda. It's a Parks Round 26 MPPF grant with a match required for 60,000. I have no idea what MPFF is, but that's the next one.
So MPPF is the Massachusetts Preservation Projects Fund. And this is a grant from the Mass Historical Commission, the State Historical Commission, to the Parks Department. It's a 50-50 match. So we are using $30,000 from PAYGO and the grant will award us $30,000 for a total of $60,000. And this is to get an assessment and survey done of the City Hall windows. That's something that Pat Sullivan has been pushing for a while now. So we're excited to get this grant to be able to at least cover half the cost to get the survey done.
Okay. Unfortunate Pat's not here to talk about like what he expects to
He'll
get
be here at 7.
at 7. Okay. Councilor Letterman?
Thank you, Madam Chairman. This might be a more so a question for Pat. I thought, though, that there had been some years ago a contract done for the City Hall windows already.
How long ago?
I thought I remember hearing about it like 2 years ago.
Yeah, there was a contract, a small contract under $10,000 done for City Hall windows, and he can speak to that a little bit more. I don't think it ever really ended up working out, and I'm not sure why, but he has more details on that.
Okay, so that work didn't end up getting.
No, it didn't. That PO was never, I don't think.
Understood. All right, thank you.
All right. Any other questions from council?
Now, I have a question not related to these 3 items, but just a different question.
Sure.
Is that all right? Yeah, Lindsay, I talked with Pat Sullivan last week because I convened a group on Lake Massasoit, and anybody's wants to is eligible to join our group. We've had 2 meetings. We've got a 3rd one coming. And it's basically neighbors and some Springfield College people to try to talk about what we're going to do about Lake Massasoit, what opportunities we have, a big cleanup, all that kind of stuff. And, Pat talked to me last week about the issues with the lake and the unsafe conditions of walking on the lake and that sort of thing. And, he's got consultants that might help him. So we all should stay off the lake basically for the time being. But I'm just wondering, is that something that, when I talked to Tina Quagliato, she was kind of managing the money that was going towards that whole lake project, the dam and everything. is there any activity at you guys, and like TJ had told me once, there wasn't money to clean the lake, but is this something you guys have talked about at all? I mean, there's not gonna be a cleanup until August or September, but Pat's apparently doing, some prep work to see what's safe and all that. Is there any,
Yeah.
Can you tell me whatever you know about that, and then we can talk about it later?
Sure. I don't know anything specifically about that lake specifically, but I do know that Pat does have the dredging and cleanup of many city lakes and ponds on both our capital. If it is a public hazard, potentially on our hazard mitigation plan. So those things are included on both of those plans, which means we actively look for funding sources for those types of projects. And if funding sources ever come up, we have the opportunity to potentially match city money with those projects because they're listed on both of those plans. I would
Okay,
have to check if it's listed on the hazard mitigation plan, but I know for sure it's listed on the capital plan.
yeah, thanks. And I don't need any more detail than that right now. It's been on my mind since I talked with Pat last week. So we can talk about it offline.
Yeah, and it is something that he brings up a lot too. So I know it's a higher priority for him for that kind of thing.
Yeah, I mean, it's a great opportunity right now for us to do whatever we can with the lake, to clean it, to enhance it, whatever. So I'll talk some more about it offline.
Thank you, Counselor Allen.
Thank
All
you.
right. Do we have a motion to accept the orders as presented?
So moved.
Second?
Second.
Thank you, counselors. The orders have been accepted, and do we have a motion to end the meeting?
So moved.
Thank you.
Second.
Thank you, counselors. I appreciate everybody's time. You all have a great evening.